trying to make FPL predictions for the highest point scorer, the Golden Boot and Glove winner, is harder than picking what toppings you want on your custom Asda pizza. You never know what's going to happen, and you don't know what spicy meatballs are around the corner. But that's not going to stop me from trying to predict things. The current most selected player are these, with Isak now clearly the number one. So I predict a riot. Oh, that's bad timing for that, man. Never mind. But I do predict Isak will stay the most selected for game week 1. But I do also reckon he will get overtaken eventually by Nkunku. Currently only in 17% of teams, but being that cheap and in an attacking Chelsea team, I think he'll be really easy to get in. And with those great fixtures at start, I think he's going to be one of the biggest bandwagons. And then his ownership is just going to keep on increasing and basically be last season's Palmer. Not that as good, but the ownership definitely high. The total points is usually dominated by the big boy midfielders, with Palmer winning it last year. It's also the players that are never rotated and don't pick up injuries, so it's kind of hard to predict because, you know, Haaland. But this year, I'm going to pick Saka. He seems to play even when he's limping, so he's never injured. And I'm backing him to have a very big season for Arsenal. All the goals, all the assists, and all the clean sheets, underrated points. And he will get all of the points. Haaland is, of course, the Golden Boot merchant, scoring the most goals 2 seasons in a row now. But this year, I'm going to go for someone a little different. Not just to be different, but I actually think he will score more goals. And that player is Isak. Newcastle have no Europe this year, so I think Isak's minutes will be at the maximum and his injuries will be at a minimum. So backing him over Haaland, who his niggles just seem to be catching up to him already. He's been playing a lot of games in the last couple of years, and I reckon he'll probably miss out in a few games here and there, so Isak is going to take that Golden Boot. The assists was actually not dominated by the number 10s and the creative players last year, and it was actually striker Ollie Watkins who had the most. And then wingers who you would usually associate with goals were followed by him. Like, enough of this wokeness. I need some De Bruynes or something in here, you know. These number 10s, these creative players, they're on the pitch to create goals. Why are they not getting the most assists? Anyway, I think this year, the player that will get the most assists is not a number 10. There we are. I think it's going to be Mo Salah. I can see him being a massive creator in this slot system, and I think they'll score a decent amount of goals, and most of them will come through him. So I'm slotting him in first place for assists. Clean sheets obviously count for midfielders and FPL too, but predicting a mid to get the most clean sheets is pretty noncy behaviour, if you ask me, pretty woke. So this year, I'm not going to give it to a midfielder. I'm going to go for a goalkeeper, so it's more of a Golden Glove prediction, but for FPL, you know, clean sheets. I'm going to give that to David Raya. He's more nailed than all of the Arsenal defenders, so I don't think he'll miss a game, so we'll get all of their clean sheets. And that Arsenal defence is more solid than my dump after a mixed grill. Sorry, not sorry for that image. Raya also won't be sorry, keeping all those clean sheets too. The best value pick in FPL is the points divided by the price. So the winners of that are usually defenders or goalkeepers who score the most. So to not break that trend, I'm going to award the value pick of the season to Crystal Palace's Daniel Munoz. 5 mil as an attacking wingback in a Palace defence that I think are going to keep quite a few clean sheets, and with those attacking returns added on, big boy points for only 5 million. Saves are a bit of a nothing thing for FPL. We're not going to keep keepers just for saves, and especially with the new bonus point systems, they're less important. But why not predict them? With this year, I am actually going to give it to Muric. He's a very solid shot stopper, and Ipswich will concede a lot of shots. Shots for him to save, most shots saved. Simple as that. For the memes, the most own goals. I'm going to give this to Jan Bednarak. Southampton play out from the back a lot, and he right here needs to go back to not playing at this level. Own goals income in, minus points income in. For the most yellow cards, I'm going to give this to Jan Bednarak. Playing out from the back, I can see him making a few rugby tackles when he ends up making a few mistakes. A few of those are going to be yellow cards. And the most red cards, I'm going to give this to Jan Bednarak. It's a hat-trick. Throwback to his red card -7 pointer in FPL. So some things never change. So let me know your FPL predictions in the comments, and we may come back to them next year and see who got them right. Thanks for watching, and also remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.